Just get that lighter out. She said, man, been raining. She said, you won't never get through it. You won't never get that story told. You'll be off on some other, she says it will be nonsense. I said, no it won't. I said, I'll get it done this time. Thunder here on the east coast of Arkansas. Now let's call this a Fireside chat. We got Far, the parrot, Isabella. She's about 22 and a half years old, I think, now. You know, it's been about a year ago, I think, when Isabella come on the scene. Sitting in. And I'm not sure about this type of video on my channel page because it does go off into a tree limb myriad of categories. I'll own up to it. I'm guilty. I do that. She says get you a cup of water and just be honest about it. You know what I mean? Just be honest about it. The hat, it says Billy McKnight on there. And I know Billy McKnight. I knew him. He got killed in a car wreck. A long story I could tell, but the short version was that Billy McKnight was a farmer up around Humboldt, Tennessee, and he had accumulated some tractors in his farming time, and he had made some money too. Billy was well-to-do. Anyways, at any point in this video, if you're going to stick with it up to the end, and your category comes up, then just leave a comment to whichever section it is. But I'm back here on the east coast of Arkansas, and I will tell, we're not going to get past Billy, but I'm back here on the east coast of Arkansas now, today, to retrieve another load of engine parts. I'm going to get a good bit of it. But I even have, you know, it's been a year going on now. I ain't got no money as a problem, you know what I mean. But I even still have an engine on the workbench here that's in progress. We will have to continue this in the state of Tennessee for sure. But I think we'll get to it. It's a worthwhile project. It's the 1920. Don't forget that. And also too, to answer a comment about that Freedom Stand engine, that Maytag twin. I have it in my living room floor up in Tennessee all together, but I just don't have a workbench to do the assembly on that engine, and it rates that kind of care. So for sure that is not a forgotten project. Even all the way back to the spinning wheel I built one time. I mean, that was in the early days, that spinning wheel. Man, that's a long time ago. But anyways, I still haven't finalized that video. I haven't finalized that building those wishing wells. So we got a lot of unended videos that are on the list. They're not forgotten. This transition period, and that brought on this right here. Let's say kind of you know something that you have to do but you don't want to do. I mean, this is about as basic, you know, a video with props. I do have a pretty good prop department, don't you think? Even the writer on this segment here, especially today, I'll hopefully be able to keep it all together and have an ending. I'm sure that can happen. But, you know, this old pair of gloves I got here, I've been using these for welding gloves for a long time. I mean, many a year I have used these gloves. But for some reason, some time ago, I think I needed a new pair of welding gloves. Oh, okay, see, these are perfectly good. They're hard, and it's got a hole in it here, you know. Going to have some more holes in it soon. And I got burnt there, so, you know, me and these gloves have got history. And they're easy to get on and off. But I felt it was time to purchase a new pair. And I bought these for about $3, you know, some really basic price. They feel good on your hands down in there, and after you wear them a little bit and break them in, you can just shuck them off and on, you know. And that's why you need a welding glove, because if you get a hot spark down in there, you and that glove need to part ways quickly, as you know, if it's happened to you. But anyways, I done got these gloves here, and I've never worn them, you know. Well, I should try the other one on also. It's first time. So I've got these gloves, you know. I mean, they're too big. They're too bulky. These gloves, I'm not going to wear these gloves. This is not the glove I wanted. I would rather have a glove like this. So, you know, this is one instance that I right now am not going to make the transition from an old glove to a new glove. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just giving you that for an example. But at some point, that decision will have to be made to get a new pair, and I'll be on the lookout, and as soon as I can find them, I'll get them. Speaking of getting things, early on in my videos, I mentioned, I think I was sitting right here talking, you know, just reminiscing. Me and the parrot, you know what I mean. Call it a radio show. You know, go to a blank screen, you know, sit back, put some background music in it, light a candle, you know. Oh yeah, she was getting kind of rough. Oh yeah, she'd be all right. I hope that cat ain't had that parrot. She's all right. She's just a little shop worn. But anyways, I'm going to take the parrot up to Tennessee. Maybe tomorrow when I go. Don't have anything loaded on the truck and trailer. But early on in the videos, I made mention that, you know, I didn't have no funds to do this transition, and I never did touch on it in full as to what it was. But that has taken place, and I now have a house in Tennessee, better than this one, and I would rather be there for kinfolks and all. And it's larger, bigger shop, but it's just transition period. You know, you on a budget, you know, you just can't do stuff. You know what I mean? It's just life as it is. But anyways, early on I mentioned that I was short of funds, and so someone sent me some money from a foreign country, Germany, I think it is. Always great. It was a large sum of money in my world, and I used it 100% on a covered pipe there at my driveway. Let's just say we got foreign money spent in Tennessee about a year ago, maybe, or a year and a half. But anyway, all that's come to pass. You know, there were some other donations, equally heartfelt, humbling us to accept them for whatever monetary value they was. Believe me, the money was spent on something constructive. You know, you got to buy grass seed, you know what I mean? You got to buy straw, man. Anyways, I did manage now, as of a couple of days ago, with the help of the sons, to get the shed, only a little storage shed, not a shop, just something where I can call that home. So, you know, that's the goal. Just keep trudging towards that. But what I'm trying to say is those donations are, you know, if I don't say something about it immediately, are accepted in all of the humbleness that I can muster, you know. I mean, I am truthfully grateful for whatever anyone gives me. I am. And just this last week, someone, two people, it was two persons, renewed my subscription to Gas Engine Magazine for me. And I really appreciate that. Dale, Dale and Kim and Bruce. The list is, you know, it's about this long. But I thank all of you. And early on, there was a video when I was talking about the logistics of this move. Oh, we got the cats in the house. Hi, kitty cat. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. That cat's really scared. I'm going to attempt to get a photograph. But the cat, it does have a home. I didn't abandon these cats. So, let's see, can we get it? Hi, kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. Oh, yeah, that cat's done gone. Man. But anyways, what happened is, see, this camera has a lens on it right there that you can twist around this way. And actually, I'm supposed to be able to see whatever's on the screen. But see, I ain't got my glasses on. And it's too far away. And, you know, it's like little cartoon characters up there when something moves. Oh, it's quite entertaining sometimes, but that's no big. Back to the story, Parrot. Dale and Kim and Bruce, you know, and like I say, the list goes on. I thank every one of you, all of you. And early on there was a comment left that the person volunteered to give me a plasma cutter. You know, I never did. It's the way I get my comments. I don't get no comments on my. I just don't fool with that Google Plus stuff. So I was offered a plasma cutter, and I didn't follow up on that. So I'm kind of saying thanks now for offering that, and you know, what can you say? Another person volunteered, I think, to come by here. Maybe he has a hot shot truck, you know, or something like that, a dually or something, pulls a trailer, like a 20-foot flatbed or something. Anyways, there was some kind of offer of the service of that unit. I just want to kind of take today and thank y'all. Thank y'all. It was hot here in Arkansas today, but it rained this evening and cooled it off. And that's the reason I'm here. I'm going to be out there in a minute dragging some brush. But Billy McKnight had massive tractors, and someone else knew him through the tractor level, and they were friends, and in the conversation, that guy had gas engines. It's like if you know somebody, you know all these other people, And that's true, I'm sure. Even gas engine, if you got one, then 4 more people's got them, So, he wanted one to put on a lawnmower frame to make a little tractor look alike. So, and he come and was introduced to myself, and we talked about it. So he goes and buys an engine, 1.5, 2.5 horsepower LB, I think it is, for sure. And it wouldn't run. And he brought it to me, wanted to know would I fix the engine. And I say, yeah, I'd like to work on that. So I took the engine apart, and the engine was worn so bad, like the rod bushing and the bushings in it, Some of them parts is hard to find on them LAs and LBs. Some of them bushings. Anyways, and there was parts missing. Several parts missing on the engine on the get-go. And so I figured up how much it was going to cost him to fix it. And I seen him at a tractor show, and I told it to him. He'd come by the house to visit a couple of times in the meantime of all of this. And I told him, I said, Billy, I got your engines apart and everything, and I says, this is what it costs for me to fix that engine. And I said, it's too much. The engine ain't worth that, I says, if you want to, so you won't lose any money, how much you gave for that engine, I'll give that much to you, and I'll buy that engine from you, and I'll just, sell it, use it for parts. Use the parts on it that's not war. How much did you get for it? Anyway, he told me. I paid him. He sold it to me. Just a pile of parts. And then in the meantime, this car wreck came about, and Billy was killed. Okay, I had this pile of parts, and that's the only flywheel engine that Billy McKnight ever owned. He had a lot of tractors, but that was his only flywheel engine. And so I kind of think, I ought to get that engine running in memory of him. So I did. Everything that was worn in it, I replaced, and then put the missing parts on there, and got the engine where it was running. Okay, I didn't want to tote the engine around. You know what I mean? I didn't want to haul that engine around on my trailer. So, but I did take it to the next gas engine show, and a person come by. That person also is deceased. And I'm not sure, I've not followed up on that engine. I should call her. Sue, I should call her. But anyways, lax as I am on them kind of calls. The guy come by and seen the engine. How much do I want for it? And I knew that he would put it on his trailer and take it from show to show to show. I knew that. And so I sold it to him at cost. I didn't make anything of it. Probably a truth matter, I left a little money on his side of the table. I mean, at that time I could afford to lose a little. You know what I mean? And I kind of rejoiced in that. Whew, how times has changed. But I sold that engine to him, and he did mount it on his trailer with a couple of Maytags and a light plant he built, on anything. But anyways, he was quite a craftsman in his rights. So, A.B. Gardner, rest in peace. And, but the engine was shown to the public for some time. Once I got all of them internationals in that trade with the Sun up there in North Carolina, at that point, you just spend your time in the shop. You got stuff to work on if you got 26 McCormick Deere and M's, you know what I mean? You ain't got no time to be going nowhere. And that's what I did. Anyways, it's a bunch of them. And I still got all of them. Every one of them. About 20 of them or more. Lord. But anyways, it just I guess going from here to there, you know, making this, it's a giant transition in my world. It's quite an undertaking. Whew. Question, how am I doing it? You know, but I hope we didn't leave nothing unanswered. It was the hat that brought, this is my shop hat. And the reason I wore this kind of hat, and it had a bill on it. It was a nice giveaway hat at a Billy McKnight Memorial Engine Show. It's a yearly show ongoing to now with some tractor club involved in it. So, but anyways, I took the bill off of it, and that way the overhead lights don't put a shadow on me. I can see everything if I have this, you know, but you put a shade out here, go ahead and try it on yourself. It's kind of like, you know, how come you turn your hat around backwards? You know, just sometimes you don't need no shade out in the front here. Nice shop tips. Let's put that in there too, Parrot. Log it in as a Fireside chat. Say good night, Parrot. From here on the East Coast, Arkansas. Shop Dog Sam.